Well, hey everybody, how you all doing? Whittler Dave here. I hope everybody's having a blessed morning. I know I am. Well, the other day I had a gentleman to come to my shop, and he follows me on YouTube. His name is Scott, and he is a phenomenal carver. And he really truly follows me because let me show you some things he brought me. And he brought me coffee. He knows I like coffee. Hang on, folks. Let me turn you around here. Well, look at this. Look at this carving made out of cottonwood. Ain't that totally cool? He did that. I totally love it. Brought me some more cottonwood, banana bread. He brought me crackers. He brought me coffee. Look at this cottonwood, folks. Oh, I love it. I do. I totally love it. It's up around, he lives up around Michigan. They can harvest this. But anywho, let me show you his business card. Please, you will not be disappointed. Follow this man. He is extraordinary. I've seen his carvings. I mean, just unreal. Unreal. Like I said, he took me and my wife out to eat. Loved it. Thank you. We had a blast. We're like two peas in a pod. But anywho, let me pause this. I'm trying something new, so I'm going to pause the video, and then I'll set up and carve. Hang on, folks. Well, I'm back. Did you miss me? I'm telling you. Well, I'm just kind of goofing off today. I glued some sugar pine together, and I thought, well, we're going to do a little heart with feet. I seen a drawing of this years ago, and I thought, okay, so I glued up some wood, 3/4, did 3 pieces, and took a coping saw, cut me a line, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, it's just fun, whimsical art. You know me, whimsical. Let's get you down here. Lord have mercy, you don't want to look at the old man. I can guarantee you. Let's talk about Scott. I tell you what, I love when people come to my shop. I really do. It excites me. It makes me happy. It makes this journey that I have started worth it. I told everybody, I started the YouTube channel just to see if anybody else out there that's like this crazy old man that literally lives and builds and makes and designs and just don't be afraid to step out of the box, and beginners and new, old carvers like I am, just crazy old people that like to carve. Phyllis has come here, just all kinds of people has come here. I can't wait till Phyllis sees my cottonwood. Whoo-hoo! I can't wait till she sees it. I know she's going to be excited. There's another phenomenal carver. But I have just had a great, great week. I have. Let's lose some fat here. We're going to draw a face in him. Let's just think like a heart. This is going to be a whimsical heart. I'm not going to carve it totally round and perfect. I want to leave a lot of facets in it, and it's just a fun little whimsical carving. That's all it is. Yep, we had a good time. Very good time. I think we're going to try to get together if he comes to our fall show here in Sevierville this fall, the wood carving show that I went to last year and everything. I think he's going to be there. He may set up. I just go as a participant, as a just somebody just participates and just pays his way in. I don't want to set up. I just want to go and meet people and jaw jack and look at new tools. And he has told me about another man. Scott's told me about another man, and I seen his tools, and whoo, I like the tools. I told him when he I got to Google the guy. And then he's going to see this guy this weekend at this carving show that he's at. And I'm going to, I told him to give him my business card. So that's what he's going to do for me. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm loving this weather, folks. Oh, Lordy, have mercy. I am totally loving it. We were sitting the other day at the restaurant the other night. My wife and I and Scott, and there was a little girl that, how you blow on a straw and it shoots across the room and it landed on Scott, and she was a little embarrassed. Her parents were really, I think, more embarrassed. They were apologizing. That's all right. She's just having fun. And Scott's seen what type of man I truly am. I'm sitting there, and we're getting ready to go, and I said, hang on a minute. And, of course, I always carry those little mice. I have since I've been knee-high to a grasshopper. And I said, I'm going to carve her one real fast. And I whipped it out and carved it and gave it to her. Her parents couldn't believe that I just sat there and carved it and would actually give that to their daughter. But that's just how I am. And I showed, that's Scott seen how I am. I'm just the type of man that gives and gives and gives and gives. I always have been, always will be. Hopefully, I gotta get a hold of my student, see if we can get back together, because I was very busy last week. I was helping a buddy of mine. I remodeled a bathroom. I'm retired from construction, but we're two old men. He's 65. I'm 61, and we're just two old builders. So I built the kitchen last year. I don't know if you all remember me talking about that on the house. And this year I remodeled the bathroom. We didn't have to pull the tub out, thank God. I didn't have to set a tub, but I had to redo all the toilet area and all the plumbing and new sink basin, fixed all the walls, repainted it all that stuff. I'm an old builder. Yes, I am. But yeah, right now we're just reaching out of the box here. I ain't never done one of these. This is what you got to do. You can't be afraid of it. Little Dave, have you ever carved one of these? Like, nope. How's it going to turn out? Well, like everything else, it will turn out good enough. We'll just put it that way. No right, no wrong. Ain't that right, folks? Just get out there and carve and make or build a birdhouse or Lord, I don't care. I don't care. Just build something. Create. Use what God gave you. Your brain. That's your computer. I'm not gonna shy on that one. That's your computer right there. You was born with it. Yeah. Got to lose quite a bit of weight, but I wasn't for sure what thickness I wanted, so I glued some sugar pine together, 3/4. I put 3 of them together. It's good to have mass, and then you can just whittle it down. There's no blueprints, or I just drawed it real fast. That's all I did. Yeah, that's good enough, and kind of drawed it with legs displayed out. And like I said, I got my coping saw out, and I did some cuts this way and this way and this way, and took the knife and popped it out, and voila, there it is. And I do apologize I haven't been on here like making quite a few videos, helping my friends out and stuff. That's what I do, and so I hadn't made a lot of videos, and I just can't wait to it's starting to warm up even more. And I told my wife, I said, I'm ready to do the big bow leaf, and then I've got this big hickory platter I'm going to do on the channel, all that. So I've got quite a bit coming. Let's get rid of this here. Where? Excuse me, folks. Oh, Lordy. We're just having fun. Gotta get the dog leg out. I was telling Scott, I said, I wish we all lived as neighbors. All us people that, wouldn't it be nice just to, I told him I dream of a town when I was younger. Just a town of just artists and makers and designers, and we all live there. And there's no mayor, there's no city council. The people that live there is the people that run the town. Just have schools that we could teach family values again, and that would just be wonderful. It would. The town of my dreams, and I'm just getting too old. And Lord have mercy, I don't got that type of money. I'm just a dumb old country boy with a dream. That's it. That's all I've ever had was a dream. Best thing I've done for me is create this YouTube channel, and I've got you folks. I appreciate and love everyone. I do. It is the best. Got set up for a Burger King. That's coming tomorrow. Yes'm. Burger King. Burger King. Yeah, see, I'm going to draw eyes on it. I didn't know if you've seen that. You know, I'm going to draw the eyes and the mouth. And, you know, like I said, there's no sense of drawing anything on here because, you know, it's got to get carved first. But I do that for you folks so you can see what my vision is. And, you know, and I may carve it where one eye's up higher and one eye down lower. I don't know yet. It's a cartoon eyes, you know. So, you know, it just depends how my Google brain is. Don't know. Well, I'm hoping that pausing works. I paused the video, and I've never done that. Makes me nervous. We're going to find out here. I'm hoping. I can't put the wood back on the carving. Yep, I got to set up for Burger King. Make sure I got plenty, a little bit of mice to carve and stuff in case a youngin comes in. And, you know, I see a youngin and everything. And I'll do up a little small one or him or whatever. Just gotta get this baby doll roughed in. Yeah. And the guy asked me, he goes, why don't you fasten that down, Whittler Dave? Be easier because you won't have to hold it. That would be impossible with me because if you watch, I'll turn this thing 14 million times. You know, I turn it, and it just, I let the wood talk to me. I'm always turning. I am. Always turning. I have to think about feet. That's why I left. You know, when you do something like this, leave a lot of stock. Leave it thick and whittle it down. Because, you know, I'm going to do the feet, you know, toes sticking up here and here. They're not going to be, you know, perfect. I don't want them perfect. I want them irregular. Right now, we can't worry about that. That's the least of my headaches. And this all gets carved away in here. He don't got big fat legs. Or square legs, but you know, that's just how I cut it out. This is what I call a block carving, when you cut a shape out, you know, with, I use the bandsaw to get this main shape, okay? And then coping saw in here and everything to get that shape. You know, roughed it out, and took the knife and did that, and there it is. I mean, I don't even got a blueprint. I draw the heart irregular. Like this side's kind of leaning that way, and this side's kind of leaning more this way. But that's what gives it the whimsical. I'm not going to be sanding this very much. I don't want that. I want it to have the facets and the knife marks and everything. That's what I want it to do. Yes. Yeah, when Scott got a hold of me the other day, he goes, I'm bringing you something. And he goes, I'm bringing you coffee. I'm like, oh, Lordy, you watching my videos, I can guarantee. And he goes, yes, sir. And he goes, I'm like, wow, that's respect. And I respect when somebody, you know, I put a lot of heart and soul in my videos. I'm not very good, and, you know, and reading and writing is not my forte in life. A lot of people know that. It's just not, you know. This is what I do. Right here. Just, my brain, if you could just see in my brain right now, it's going 800 miles an hour. I'm seeing flashes, and I'm seeing angles, and I'm seeing concept, and I'm just, that's my brain. It never shuts off. It's telling me shapes, and it's just my hand is talking to my brain. I hope you understand that, folks. Been talking to my wife. I want to get her more on the channel. I want to get her out here carving, and I want to get her, you know, doing things and, you know, stuff like that. More on the channel. I have been asking. She's a tad camera shy. I'm shy too. Ain't that right, folks? Yeah, right. Never did bother me to speak to people. Never did. I have these weird looking legs. Not really for sure how I want to do it. I don't know if I want this, the heart just to bleed into the back, or do I want to put a point on it? You know, I don't know yet. I got plenty of time, plenty of stock. You know, I'm drawing in my head. You know, like I tell people, it is how it is. It is how it is. Yes, sir. Too thick right now. But it's getting there. It's getting down. And like I said, you know, I may just do the cartoon eye, like, you know, put a big old eye like that, and you know, I may just do this one like that up higher. You know, I don't know. You know, it'll have a mouth like that. You know, it could have like that. You know, just simple. I don't know yet. Just simple. I'm just whittling right now, carving it out, just whittling these little heart out to try to get the shape I want. And then I got to work on the feet, because I think the feet's what's going to tell me how to draw the face. Once I get that figured out, got to knock on that Google brain. Let's talk about safety again. I want everybody out there wearing your glove or wrapping your fingers with the medical tape. Please don't carve on your legs like me. Use a table. You know, watch me, but don't be me. Okay? I've got a lot of years and, you know, a lot of, you know, crazy old mistakes. You know, I'm not perfect. There ain't no one perfect. So, don't, you know, don't think I'm going to disown you because you're using the glove. No, you're really smarter than me, but I have to feel it with my hands. I've carved for so long. If I don't feel this, I don't think I could carve. I literally have to feel. I can't even, if I cut my fingers and I try to put a Band-Aid on, usually I'd have to take it off because I can't feel the carving. My hands are my eyes. You know, it's just, I can't feel it. So, but don't, you know, watch me, but don't be me. And when I get ready to do that hatchet carving, if you've never hatchet carved, please do not do it. Not unless you got somebody really there that could, because you can make one mistake, especially with my hatchets, and that one mistake would haunt you for life. They're extremely sharp. My adzes are sharp. Because a dull tool is a dangerous tool, right, folks? I'll have to restrop these for tomorrow. I'm going across this end grain here. And it just eats a knife. It does. I always look forward to Burger King. And, you know, I hope that I meet somebody unique, or, you know, some people have come to there that follow me, and they come in and sit at the Burger King table with the old whittler. Got to get a hold of my she's just like a daughter to me. Her name is Elena. You hear me talk about her a lot. I want to get a hold of her again, and let's do some carving together this year. So I taught her at Burger King. I taught her right there, sitting in the chair, carving at Burger King. We had a blast. So need to get a hold. She works a lot. She's a traveling nurse. So basically, she works quite a bit of hours. Listen. I don't want to touch that yet because I'm still working on the heart, still laying in lines and stuff. The feet will be the last thing that I'll actually do because it's not for sure yet how I want to do it. You know, hasn't talked to me yet. See what this crazy time is. All right, we need to be thinking about here. Now, like I said, folks, there's no blueprints to this. I want to challenge everybody out there that's a beginner or a carver or whatever. Don't be afraid. Just grab a chunk and have an idea, and you know, make it your own. If you've seen a picture, well, redraw it, make it your own. You know, if you see me doing this, and you're like, "Wow, Whittler Dave, I want to do one." Well, go get you a block of wood, draw you a heart, and you know. You've seen how I did the legs, you know, and then you just carve down to what you don't want, you know. And just get out. The moral of this story is just get out there and believe in yourself. No right, no wrong. Have fun. I'm probably going to sit out at the dogwood tree today. Today's the day that I rest my whole back and stuff. So I'm going to sit outside and listen to some music by the barn first and do a little whittle diddle, and then as it warms up, I'll move out there to the tree and do a little bit more whittle diddle. You know? Yes. Alrighty, I guess we need to wrap this baby doll up. One of these days, folks, I'll learn to edit. That's my goal. But you can tell. Sample. No right, no wrong. Have fun. You know. That's a Sloyd. Right there. This was the knife that was a nightmare to sharpen. For some reason, I had a bear sharpening this thing. And finally got it sharpened. It was, whoo! Now, you know, it's easy. It's just, something about the bevel. It took a little bit. I was at a carving show, and a guy, he had a regular machine there, and you know, he redressed the bevel for me, and ever since he did that, you know, and I appreciate it. Cause I mean, he just sit over there on the bench, because I tried everything. I tried it all and just couldn't redo. I couldn't get it sharpened. I just could not get it. Now I can strop it out, and it's fine. I don't know, you know. Even he said he'd have to work on it for a few minutes, and he did. Fixed it up, and I appreciated it. But it's a nice knife. It's comfortable. It's heavy, and I like that. I do. All right. Well, anywho, it's not done. It's just roughed in. I just wanted to show you, and I wanted to talk about Scott. Hang on a minute, folks. Hang on. I want to please, you know, folks, you know, if you do YouTube or you following people and you want to see an extraordinary man about carving and stuff, let's get you up here. Anyway, let's get you up here. Yeah. You want to see a really good carver, an excellent carver, jump on YouTube. Whoops. Sorry, folks. Jump on YouTube. Scott's Creative Carvings. Right there. See it, folks? Right there. Jump on that. Download that man's YouTube channel. You will not be disappointed. I haven't been. Been watching his videos, and I got to leave some comments and everything. And y'all just, you know that I appreciate and love everyone. If anybody wants to come to the shop and come and visit me, just daveposton@gmail.com. Leave me an email, whatever. You can get on Google Maps and type in Whittler Dave. That'll tell you everything about how to get to my house. And thanks to everyone who has subscribed and pushed that notification button. I appreciate that 100%. More to come, more better videos, and everything. Y'all have a blessed day, and Whittler Dave will just talk to you later, and thank you.